Hey, we won a die roll. It's a terrible hand. So would we expect to see a better one? So these kind of hands, if it's like a slower, grindier match, and I have plenty of time to draw spells, having a lot of mana is not necessarily a bad thing. But we're gonna empty our hand here pretty quick. I think we mulligan. Yes, this is pretty much like the same thing, but I guess we'll get the scry. Yeah, so league record so far, we are 2-0. So they kept their 7. We'll keep. Scry that to the bottom. Lead out of the stomping ground so we benefit from that scry. And get in for 2. Turn 1 Goblin Guide. It's the dream. Alright, Inquisition, so makes our hand even worse. But then you might have a painful mana base, so might not be so bad. I only got the old school fetches, so probably have like an established player here. Hierarch. We will probably bolt that. Alright, so this isn't looking great. And now it's kind of like, usually I'd bolt the bird. But we have so few damage cards in hand that I might just have to hope that they're not able to abuse it too badly. Because at this point, wasting burn is also kind of a losing proposition. So our last hand actually would have been better because we would have had turn 1 Swift Spear and a turn 2 Searing Blaze for the Noble Hierarch. Yeah. And we're going to lose this Boros Charm to the Inquisition maybe. Well, we'll see if we can trade. Yeah, and you know what? I'm not going to fire it off anyway, so. Yeah, so I'm going to go to Inquisition. I guess we'll just Boros Charm in response. Then can take the Lightning Bolt, and then we're just in top deck mode. I guess we've got plenty of land to discard to Liliana. But they can't play this turn anyway. So here's the Inquisition. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and... So Upright Foundry deals us 2, would deal them 4, or we could go tap Foundry, deal them 3 with Lightning Bolt. I think we're just kind of all in right now, so. Would have been sweet if I had 2 1 CMCs and just land. In this situation, not in general. Yeah, so TCG, seeing its Abzan, it's not actually maybe too bad, because at least we'll have a couple turns to maybe draw out of this. And I could just hold on to these to discard them. I think we'll represent Searing Blaze though. And now Goblin Guy just kind of becomes a blocker a bit. So we've got 2 turns to draw 6 burn. Unless I fetch into an upright. Shock. Hey, John or Dean, yeah, let me do that again. There you go. So I'm going to block here because if they're able to cast Liliana, then we get no value out of this Goblin Guide. And I don't think they'd be attacking in if they were going to let us attack in next turn. So we'll just preserve our life totals, you know, as much as we can. Souls isn't the worst thing. Yeah, no way they bring that in upright. So I still don't have Liliana mana. And we're able to swing with Swift Spear, so... see if they trade their 2 spirits for it. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. So actually... yeah, so there you go. I mean, I could have maybe tried to hold on to it for a blocker, hoping they didn't have a removal spell or mana to cast Liliana. So they still got us on a 3-turn clock. So we can still draw out of this. Because they're going to deal us 5. The next turn they've got 7. I don't know why they're holding that spirit back. That seems weird to me. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I can fetch in case I need to use that fetch on a Searing Blaze. Deck Thinning's a myth. Yeah, so we're not going to win. So we're going to concede there. So, I mean, Rest in Peace is kind of good. Hey, thanks for the invitation, Johnny Redeemed. I'll check that out on Facebook. Yeah, I see what you mean, TGC Requiem. Thanks, Beat Them guys. I'll have to, maybe I'll check that out a little later. There's probably a lot of stuff I can do with Nightbot that I don't currently utilize. So, Rest in Peace, do I want them? So it shuts off Scavenging Ooze, Lingering Souls, Tarmogoyfs. Doesn't deal damage. It might buy us a turn or 2. I don't really know that I have to board very much, except for maybe these Rest in Peace. I might also trade a Skullcrack for something. But I think actually we're pretty good. Yeah, I'm not really sure that I want to do. Not really sure that I want to do this Rest in Peace. What would I take out? Probably, I mean, Eidolons. That's kind of my first thought. I mean, they've got Abrupt Decay. It only shuts off like half the Lingering Souls. No, I think we're just going to run it back. We'll see if I regret that. This is a much better starting hand. is going to survive a turn 1 Inquisition or Thoughtseize, because they might take the Eidolon, but we'll have backup to play. So we're going to deal ourselves some damage with these upright shocks, but we don't have to fetch for them. So they got a Fatal Push. So we'll definitely swing in next turn before we cast the... Well, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, so I could just force him to use that Fatal Push right now. If I cast the Eidolon first, then they might use it on the... I mean, they could use it on the Goblin Guide to get under it, but they would do that anyway if I didn't do it before attack. So, yeah, I think cast an Eidolon here, see if they want to kill the Goblin Guide, but they're probably going to use it on Eidolon. Yep. So got its value in. I mean, 2 damage for 2 mana is not great, but so there's Inquisition. I mean, we've got a pretty great hand, so I don't think we're hurt too bad with that. Yeah, so let's take the target's command. Would have been nice to get a have that target's command for that Siege Rhino, but maybe we'll get them before they have an opportunity to gain life off it. So if they play anything, they're kind of at a virtual 7, and then they're going to take, you know, if it's removal, they'll take 2. Yeah, so we might see an Abrupt Decay incoming. That was a good draw. So stretching them kind of thin here, especially when they're putting in lands tapped. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good right now. Yeah, so I think we just win here. Alright, so TGC, you're saying taking the turn to cast Rip to make our blockers weaker absolutely has value. Don't act as removal anymore. Still tough to win even with those lines. We just play Burn straight up. Yeah, I think I'm just, you know, I get in top deck mode enough against black-green decks with like Liliana that, you know, I'd rather, I mean, top decking an Eidolon's not great either, but at least I can block, you know, or get the incidental damage in as opposed to Rest in Peace. Yeah, I think I'll just run it back. Could bring in Deflecting Palm too. You know, if I'm not bringing Rest in Peace, that might have a pretty big. Alright, so this hand is not great, especially against the turn 1 Inquisition. If the game goes longer and we get another land, it's not bad, but yeah, so I keep seeing these one landers. I think they worked out fairly well so far, except for that one against Ad Nauseam. Almost got there. Yeah, I think turn one we have to go for a stomping ground if we don't see another land. The problem with this hand is if they get like a, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Start, and then Liliana, they're going to start draining us of these cards anyway before we have a chance to cast them. But they did mulligan. I think... Screw it, we'll risk it. We'll draw a land. This could be super greedy, but... it is kind of greedy. But it could work out. Especially with them going to mulligan. Glad I could distract you, TGC. So they put card on bottom. It's always better than card on top. Shambly Event can be kind of rough later in the game. So we didn't see our land, but at least we get to play this Goblin Guide. So they get a swamp. It's terrible. It's not even something that can deal them damage. Entering the board. So there's a Grim Flayer. I think we'll have to burn that. Kill it with fire. I guess we could have offered the trade first. But nah. So there's Inquisition. So I know they've got a swamp. I know they have an Inquisition. So my worry is they're going to start stringing together Siege Rhinos and Collective Brutalities and... Alright, Souls. Come on, land. So I think we just have to suspend this Rift Bolt. And we're not attacking anymore. Or we're not getting damage in this Goblin Guide, so I might just trade the 2 spirits. That did just draw them into planes, which is kind of bad. Yeah, so Siege Rhino would come in. So brutal. So actually, having seen Siege Rhino, maybe it would have been better to have a Deflecting Palm. Come on, I just need to land. A land we could have Searing Blazed and then had at least 3 1 CMC spells to fire off. Yeah, I think we're losing this one. So that's what we get for being greedy, keeping a 1 land hand. I think with another land we could have gotten there. Yeah, that's super rough. I don't think we're going to draw ourselves out of this one. Hey, there's that land. I mean, we can like Atarka's Command next turn. They waste all their money playing Shambling Vent. Puts them down to 11. Next turn, maybe we draw a land. We can do 6 more. Yeah, we're just dead. So that's what I get for keeping bad hands. But that's fine.